This is Haystack Help Radio on KLZ 560. Haystack Help Radio is powered by HaystackHelp.com. Finding help can be like finding a needle in a haystack, but with HaystackHelp.com, finding the needle just got easier. Now, Haystack Help Radio with Scott Watley on KLZ 560.
Good afternoon and welcome to Haystack Help Radio. Thank you so much for joining us today. Got a fun show lined up. First of all, we will introduce the actual host and owner of this show, Mr. Kurt Rogers from Affordable Interest Mortgage. How are you, sir?
I am fine, and Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Merry Christmas to you as well, sir.
I mean, we're finally going to get this. What is it? Thursday is the first day of winter, and it goes down to like 5 degrees.
No, I'm telling you, and then after, I think it's Saturday, because we're leaving Saturday to go to Virginia, and I looked up for about the next 5 days. If you add up the highs for 5 days, it's not going to be 80.
That's
okay.
Right,
I mean, it's freezing.
See, I'm leaving Thursday night, so I'll miss all of this.
Wow.
So I told my wife we're just going to shut the water off in the house because otherwise it could freeze.
Yeah. I'm talking zero.
Yeah,
really cold at night.
So, well, guess what? Christmas is here, and it's a good thing. We're going to get some snow. We need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Affordable Interest Mortgage, your one-stop shop for all of your mortgage needs, 720-895-0500. You can check out their website at aimortgage.net. And before we get to our guest today, and by the way, this is a special edition of Your Money Matters, brought to you by Affordable Interest Mortgage. Kurt, let's talk a little bit about your side of things with mortgages and what rates are doing right now.
You know, a lot of people thought that the feds, when they were going to raise the rates, it would affect 30-year mortgages. What really happens is when there's talk about the feds doing that, the lenders, because they're actually loaning money 30 days from the day that you start the process, so they start bumping the rates 30 days ahead of time. And they really didn't do that this year. Or on this rate increase. So when the day the rates went up, when the Fed said, okay, we're raising the rates, our rates went down. And they stayed down for a little bit. So the rates really haven't moved over the last 6 months by maybe 1/8 of a point at best. So they're staying pretty consistent. And we think that they'll stay that way probably for the first 30 days of January before you start to see any kind of movement.
Now, what about loan limits? Has there been some movement in that area?
Every year, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac change their loan limits, and what they do is they try to find a loan limit is what 80% of the loans in that county are going for. Last year, it was 424. They raised it this year to 453. Now they have a new loan limit program out called High Balance. Not a jumbo, but it's not the 80% bracket. Okay. They call it a High Balance. That goes to 5.25. Well, for Colorado, that's a great number because homes are running between 450 to 600. So now you can actually get and the advantage to the conforming loan limit and the high balance limit is you can get a higher loan to value. So if you're buying a home, let's say it's $575,000, you only have to put 5% down, and you're still going to get better rates than you would if you had to do a jumbo. Jumbo has so many other types of restrictions to it; they don't go as high. Your credit score has to be higher. They're just different. So these conforming loan limits that they have now are going to help Colorado and what those homes are selling for.
Average home, 450 to 6. Wow. What was it when you moved to Colorado? Do you remember?
I paid $93,000 for my first home. 93, and it was in Aurora. At that time, I was so far out east, there was nothing past me.
Really?
Yeah, 93. That was a long time ago.
So, what about somebody that already owns a home? Would it be helping with them in any way there?
Actually, yeah, we started looking at it because we didn't think they were going to raise the loan limits. And when they did, we started looking at folks that have been getting into jumbo loans and saying you can turn around and now refinance that and not have mortgage insurance and deal with it and get a lower rate because the jumbo rates are higher than what they are in conforming. So you can drop your rate a quarter to maybe a half sometimes. And on that loan size, that's anywhere from $250 to $400 a month. Wow. So we're starting to see the advantage of that coming back on the other side. The other advantage it has with those loan limits, or if you have the loan, you might have did a first and a second, and you've got a HELOC out there. Well, that HELOC might not be the loan to have because if you can combine those two, then you get a fixed rate, and that payment never changes. Mm-hmm. And as rates continue to go up, if you have a HELOC, it's going to cost you.
Right. Affordable Interest Mortgage, once again, their number is 720-895-0500. Free consultation, and Kurt and his crew, of great about spending time with you on the phone, or if you want to make an appointment, come by their office here in the Greenwood Village area off of Arapahoe in Quebec. They will take care of you, and whatever your need is, a new loan, a reverse mortgage, refinancing, they can handle it all for you. And once again, that website is aimortgage.net. Well, Kurt, tell us about our guest today.
Our guest is a veterinarian, and because I love animals so much, and I know this man personally, he's helped out one of my friends immensely, and he actually went above and beyond. And I said, I got to put you on the show simply because so many people have pets.
Sure.
Your wife, if you don't know how many pets you have in your house, from what your wife puts on Facebook, you would think you got 20 dogs.
I'm like, you know what? That cat did not change from yesterday to today. Why do you keep having to put pictures up there? Or the dog, whatever. But anyway.
She doesn't just put up one dog. She puts up a dozen of these.
Oh, no. We have one golden retriever that lives in the house, but she loves golden retrievers.
And just pictures, and I would think they're all yours.
I know. Yep.
Well, my friend's name is Joel Stone.
Joel. Well,
Dr. Stone, as we call it.
Thank you very much for being here. So let's back up a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been around Colorado? What got you into this field?
Sure. Yeah. My name is Dr. Stone, and I also just want to let you know Kurt's a wonderful person as well. Thank you for having me, Kurt. And I trust him with any mortgage that I would ever get, and hopefully the same would go for any animal you have there.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So, but anyway, I grew up in Colorado. Actually, my father, my father and my grandfather owned a farm in Iowa. For a while, we moved here to Colorado. I've always had animals in my life, so there's a love there. I actually worked for the Division of Wildlife. I did some very interesting things with looking for the black-footed ferret in Wyoming and some deer studies in Colorado. I worked on Mount Evans with bighorn sheep and mountain goats. So I did a whole lot of fun stuff.
We'll have to get you on our Sportsman Colorado show. We do a show on Saturdays called Sportsman Colorado.
That's awesome. I've done a whole lot of fun stuff before I felt like I had to get married and have kids and have some responsibilities. That's what I did. But then, I decided to go to vet school. And the most important thing, I guess, I had an interest in science and in medicine. I have this kind of soulful need to help people. It's a God-given thing.
That's not a bad thing to have.
No, it isn't. No, and the practical, I could support a family by being a veterinarian. So, all those things contributed to becoming a veterinarian.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you have an actual PhD.
Yes.
What? And I guess that's the top level you can go to. Why did you go to the next phase of that?
Yeah, I definitely am overeducated. I spent 13 years in college, but half of those years I was getting paid for it.
I was going to say you're a professional student.
Yeah. So I got paid to do a PhD, but my interest and love of knowledge also is something that I've had my whole life. And I had an opportunity to go to University of California, Davis after graduating from Colorado State University. And someone just offered me to do the PhD for $40,000 a year. So I decided to do it. And at that time, I didn't have any kids. I had a wife, but she was happy there. So I learned a lot about immunology and pathology and medicine and just a deeper level of medicine and science. I don't regret it at all. I got hired out of Davis to some pharmaceutical companies, Merck and Wyeth, and I spent some time in the pharmaceutical sector before coming back to Colorado and being a private practitioner. So it's very interesting, actually.
Dr. Joel Stone is with us, and with the All Cat Clinic.
Yes.
Correct?
All Cat Clinic. That's just on Nassau and Broadway. We have a wonderful staff there. The clinic's been there. It was the first All Cat Clinic in Colorado. I'm not sure exactly when it started. It was in the 70s, but it's been there forever. Wonderful group of people I work around.
Right.
Wonderful.
Good deal. So when you look at cats, dogs, sometimes you get people that they're all dogs or they'll love cats. Some love both. But what's the biggest difference besides cats will not do anything you tell them to
train
do?
a cat.
What's the biggest difference?
And there is big differences. and I may get in a little bit of trouble
That's
here.
all right.
About,
I usually do on this topic. Yeah.
I have a dog. I just want you to know I have a very, very faithful, great dog. And I have 6 cats. So my wife loves cats. So I guess one way that I look at it is dogs are more like guys. And cats are more like women.
Okay,
they're a little harder to understand. Yeah, they're a little harder to understand, at least from a guy's perspective. A little harder to understand behaviorally. I've grown to appreciate them significantly, though, and that goes for women as well as cats.
He's trying to be politically correct and protect his background. You see that?
He wants that Christmas gift.
Yes, exactly. So but I will tell you this: my wife has got a tremendous amount of patience. My cat does sit. My cat does shake. Will sit up. She hasn't got it to roll over yet, but I mean, it is possible actually to train a cat that is food driven, at least. Yeah. I mean, there's a huge difference. A cat isn't a small dog. I will say that, especially in veterinary medicine.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
One of the questions I had: people bring their animals in for all kinds of reasons. What's the biggest thing that people bring their pet in for?
Yeah, I think. In a feline practice, urinary tract infections are huge. Gastrointestinal problems with vomiting are huge. But both on the dog and the cat side, dental problems is the most frequently diagnosed problem in America. The AVMA, which is the American Association, and the Veterinary Medical Dental Association, say that more than 80% of dogs, which right now in the United States about 62 million dogs, and 70% or 65.5 million cats, there's actually more cats than dogs in the United States right now, develop gum disease by the age of 3 years old. And I think the part of that is that most people don't look in their animal's mouth. And I'll be honest with you, even as an owner of some animals, I rarely look in my own pets' mouths. But once they're on a clinic table and getting a physical exam, you can pick up things like that. People do bring them in when the smell gets real bad.
Yeah.
And so, that is the most commonly diagnosed problem for cats and dogs.
And, it's the same way with humans. I mean, you talk to dentists.
My wife doesn't look in my mouth.
Yeah.
No, not going to happen.
But
now, if my breath stinks, she's going to say something.
Exactly.
But other than that, she's going to leave it alone.
A lot of things can be told through our mouth, through our dentist.
Yes.
And they'll look for different things. And so our vet really stresses to us, brush their teeth.
Yes.
Now, I'll be honest.
I don't brush. When we had a dog, we didn't brush the dog's teeth. You give them bones.
Yeah.
They tell you to give them these bones that will help.
But
Same
brushing
thing for
their
cats.
teeth, I mean, they say is vital, important. And they said the animals end up liking it,
Yeah, there are, and it's just like you said, Kurt, there's so few people that will do that. I think 1 to 2% of the people that own cats and dogs, particularly cats. I mean, I personally won't even brush a cat's teeth.
Well, see,
I won't brush the cat.
Unless he's sedated.
The cat, if you just try to give the cat a bath, that's another adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
But to hold a cat and say, okay, now I'm going to open its mouth, no, you better be protected, your hands, your arms, and everything.
Yes, it's very few. I mean, there are some people that do, but it's very, very, very few. And you can imagine what your mouth would look like if you didn't brush your teeth.
Sure.
Well, that's
over
a question I have.
several years.
If that's the number one thing, what can a pet owner do besides the little treats? Is there a type of water you can give them? Is there something else you can do to help them with the gum disease or the cleaning of the teeth?
Yes, and there absolutely is. And let me just say up front that with dogs and cats, and everybody probably knows this, is hard food does help. When you see a cat that only eats dry food, their teeth typically are a little bit better than if they didn't. However, it's typically never enough. And in this case, and after I got sick of looking at bad teeth over and over and over, I decided I had to do something. So I developed a product. It's called Better Breath because it does make the breath better in as little as 3 days. but it is it's called silver citrate, and it has antibacterial properties, and it has potent antibacterial properties. And when you put it in the drinking water, there is no taste or smell or color. So the pet drinks it, and in the process of drinking that water, the bacteria that is part of the plaque and part of the tartar gets killed and keeps the teeth clean. So I knew I had to come up with something that was simple, relatively inexpensive, and effective.
It's
and
like
safe.
a mouthwash.
It's like a mouthwash.
Where can you get this?
You can get it online, certainly at www.getbetterbreath.com.
Get better breath.
Now somebody's going to try. Probably
Don't
want to
get
do
this
that for a
mixed up
human.
with your. Don't get this mixed up with your Christmas gift for your spouse.
It's not
Okay.
a stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
Yes.
GetBetterBreath.com.
GetBetterBreath.com. Now, I'm also going to tell you that it's manufactured in Monument, Colorado. It's all a Colorado thing here, so that's good. But the dentists use it in the water they squirt in your mouth. So the water that goes from their machine to your mouth actually has this in it. So it's very, very safe. I want you to know that. It's not going to hurt anybody. There's some investigators at Baylor University that study silver have proven that once it gets to your mouth and does its thing, if it's swallowed, it has zero efficacy. So it doesn't bother the bacteria that's in your intestines.
Gotcha.
Then mess with the walls.
Right, exactly. It doesn't do anything in the stomach or in the small intestine. So, it's very safe but effective if used consistently.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're listening to Haystack Help Radio and a special edition of Your Money Matters. When we come back, I want to talk about this a minute. We're in this time of year. A lot of people may get a pet for Christmas or give their kids a pet. What should you really think about before giving your kid a pet for the first time? With the responsibility of that, is it fair to the pet if you're not going to be doing certain things, a hunting dog, whatever the case may be? Let's talk about that when we come back. Again, Dr. Joel Stone is with us. All Cat Clinic. Check out their website, allcatclinic.com, and their number, 303-781-8540, 303-781-8540. We'll be right back.
What could you do with an extra $500, $1,000, or even $1,500 per month? How would that change things for you? Would you buy a new car, pay off bills, or just feel a bit more secure about your retirement? What if I told you there's a way to make your dreams a reality? I'm talking about trading and investing in the market. Now, before you say, oh, that's not for me, just hear me out. I want to invite you to a half-day trading course so you can check this out. I promise you, you'll go away smarter than when you came in. We here at Online Trading Academy sponsor this, and we'll even send you home with a free home study video guide. Your money's doing nothing for you in a CD or mutual fund. Learn how to profit when the market's up or down. Call us now while seats are still available at 303-325-2776. Use offer code radio50. 303-325-2776. That's 303-325-2776.
Affordable Interest Mortgage still has rates in the mid-threes. Do that upgrade that you've been putting off, or pay off that high interest rate debt, or just get ready for the holidays. Purchase your next home with only 2% down and no mortgage insurance. Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. We all know rates are going to go up, so why keep putting it off when you can borrow money in the threes? Do you know paying mortgage insurance is like adding 1.5% to your current rate without the tax deduction? Why? Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Call now and find out how to pay off your home faster, save over $100,000 in excess interest that you get to keep, all without changing one penny of your spending habits. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. VA loans to 100% with cash out in the low threes. We've been serving Colorado since 2001. Where it's all about you is not just our motto, it's who we are. Get the respect you deserve. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. NMLS 298191, regulated by DORA, equal credit lender.
Hi, this is Scott Watley of Sportsman of Colorado. Check out our new sponsor, Old Steel Historical Firearms. At Old Steel, they specialize in the purchase and sale of historical firearms. Buy, sell, or trade, and consignments are welcome. Now, if you're looking for a modern weapon, they've got you covered with a great selection of new and pre-owned handguns, rifles, and shotguns with new inventory arriving each week. Old Steel Historical Firearms is located at 12 East Girard Avenue in Inglewood. That's just 2 blocks north of Hamden off Broadway. Open 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday. Call today, 720-662-5555. 7252. That's 720-662-7252. Check out their website, oldsteelguns.com.
At Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center, we believe that all pets deserve to have a good life. And because we know that your pet will have many different needs throughout its life, we offer complete pet care services every day, all at one location. Whether your furry friend needs a checkup, advanced medical care, surgery, boarding, grooming, obedience training, food, care products, or toys, we are here for your pet 7 days a week. At Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center, we know that you want the very best for your pet, which is why you can count on us to provide top-notch care in everything we do. We are certified with the highest rankings by the American Animal Hospital Association and hold a gold star rating with the Better Business Bureau. You and your pet can visit us Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are located at 8681 East Lincoln Avenue in Lone Tree. Learn more about us by visiting our website at lonetreevet.com or just give us a call at 303-708-8050.
Snow's coming, and at Lynn Lyle Chevrolet, we have over 150 pre-owned trucks and SUVs on sale right now. We made a special purchase and will wholesale to the public. 4x4 starting at just $59.95, so come visit us. Lynn Lyle Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at lynnlylechevy.com.
Rush to Reason with John Rush, weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ 560.
Welcome back to Sportsman of Colorado. Viewers joining us, my name is Scott Watley. Kurt Rogers is with us from Affordable Interest Mortgage. Our guest today, Dr. Joel Stone from the All Cat Clinic. Once again, their number, 303-781-8540, 303-781-8540. You can check out their website, allcatclinic.com.
But we got it. It's All Cat Clinic in parentheses. Dogs too.
Dogs too? Oh, yeah.
He does dogs.
Now, talked about before the break, you will, man, a lot of people give their kids a puppy for Christmas, all that. What are things you should really think about before we get that first pet?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think the first thing I would say is how much time do you have for that pet? And, then you want to do some research into certain breeds that maybe if you don't have a lot of time, you can provide some time.
Sure.
You don't want to get a border collie if you're never home. That's going to be a disaster.
No, that's not had one. No, that's not good.
Yes. The other thing, and cats too. I mean, you can't just shut a cat out in a house. I mean, the cats need some interaction. They are a whole lot easier than dogs, though, in general.
Because they sleep like
they
18, 20 hours a day.
Absolutely, and they sleep during the day. So that's a much better choice in many ways, I think, for some people, and I think people would be surprised if they've never had a cat. Once you get cat, some of my best clients are men that have cats. I mean, believe it or not, they are much more sort of anal, I guess is what I'll say, and caring. I mean, it's amazing the caring they have for the cats that they have. So there are definitely some advantages to having cats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But really think about, like I say, whether you're a single adult or a couple or getting it for your kids, think about, like you say, the time, are you working and going to have to leave it in the house for 8 hours, or is somebody going to be there to walk?
Yes.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And then, then you just, even if you're getting a cat, there's certain breeds of cats, again, that you may or may not want based on their activity level. Bengals are beautiful, beautiful cats, but are really high energy kittens. There's ragdolls are laid back, much, in a lot of ways, much easier than Bengals to have. If I definitely I don't discourage anybody from going to the pound and getting a cat, but just make sure that the cat is behaviorally the right choice for you. And I do have some clients, and they're always the most difficult ones, where an elderly couple may have gotten a cat, and the cat claws the lady who's taking blood thinners. That's there's definitely some really tough issues there, and so just be careful in your choice of the animal that you choose.
Something just came out about declawing cats.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah.
Joe and I have talked about that. Tell them your opinion about declawing, and Colorado just passed a law.
Yeah, I mean, I personally I hate declawing, but with that said, I will tell you that I have declawed cats. Several years ago, I used to do it. I did it with lasers. I did it with scalpels. I never liked it, and then. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, I said, "No, I'm just not doing this." It's just morally, and I'm not blaming anybody who did do it.
Sure.
I just personally couldn't do it anymore, and there were people that did it much better than I did. So I said, "Go ahead." But then, the law has been passed. I mean, you can't
do it in Colorado.
You cannot in Colorado declaw cats, and that's taking off the tips of their fingers. What declawing really is, and there are certain. Very, very few, but certain situations where cats are polydactyly and taking off a nail or something like that makes sense. But in general, I think this is a good law. Mm-hmm. There's actually a new thing called a scratch, feel-away scratch, which is stuff you can apply to a scratching post that attracts them to that post. You can actually put tips on the claws themselves. So there, yes, different colors. You could get pink if you like.
Can you imagine that? I'm gonna grab this cat. I'm gonna take one of the paws, and I got to get 5 tips on those.
With super glue.
Yeah,
yes.
I need a costume on. I need a leather costume on.
The technicians do that.
That's part of their. I mean, just make it to scratch, right? To claw posts like that.
Absolutely. And I just, I've never. Yeah, I wish I could say I've never done it, but I have in the past, but I hadn't for quite a while.
But it changes the characteristics of the cat.
I agree.
I guess so. It would be too.
Yeah, I mean, if you take them claws off, they're not the same. Their personality changes.
Right.
They don't attack you as much.
Yes.
Now let's talk about some of the things you see for besides just the medical side and checkups and stuff. What's some of the things you see? People bringing their animals in, and maybe even some of the humorous ones.
Yeah, last week, a 10-pound kitty came in, and actually I took out 22 hair ties from this cat's stomach. It was amazing, and the cat wasn't vomiting. It wasn't vomiting. It still could eat. It was losing weight, but amazing.
Was full.
The stomach was full. I actually have a picture here. I'm going to show you guys.
22 hair ties.
Yes, 22 hair ties. This is the little kitty. His little black and white tuxedo
showing
kitty.
us a picture here.
Yeah, that's his post-surgery. So everything's going well with the little guy. The client was so grateful. A lovely client, actually. There's the stomach. There's all the hair ties.
Wow.
I don't know if you want to describe that or not. And
probably not.
The lady had to be going crazy.
Yes.
Like, I know I laid that hair tie somewhere.
Yeah.
What would make now dogs, you see, they pick up anything, but what would make a cat want to continue eating something like that?
Yeah, this was a little bit unusual, and one thing about this little cat is he had a lot of food allergies, and so the owner was honestly trying to feed him the right thing so that he wouldn't vomit. And I think what ended up happening in the process is the little cat just didn't get fed enough. And so he was hungry all the time. So he ate these hair ties. I think that's part of it.
That's a subject I had. How do you tell if a cat or a dog has a food allergy? Is it just because they throw up?
Yeah, in cats.
I mean, is there other symptoms?
Yeah, it's interesting. In cats, mostly it's vomiting. In dogs, it's mostly itchiness, and particularly on their paws. So it can be vomiting in dogs as well, but in cats, vomiting is the most likely cause of food allergy. If there is a food allergy, vomiting would be the symptom, is what I want to say. The issue with that, though, is of allergies, food allergies make up about 15 to 20% of all allergies, so it's still a minority, but if you can change the diet and it fixes the problem, that's fantastic.
See, when I grew up and we had dogs, I'd catch the dog eating grass, and my dad would always tell me that the dog will eat grass because their stomach is upset and they want to get that out of their stomach. Is that true?
That's true, and that's true for cats, too. Cats will do the same thing.
So when they're eating grass, it's basically saying, okay, I'm going to barf here in a minute, so you better get to a place that's safe.
I think that is part of it. I mean, the roughage, sort of speaking, it actually makes their stomachs feel better. And I don't know exactly how that works, but it does. Just the fiber it tends to make them feel better. And so, yeah, and then they usually yak it up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I still trying to imagine this cat. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to put these little tips on the end of the.
Man, no doubt. Wow.
No.
Well, again, if you need help in this area with your pets, again, a great place, allcatclinic.com. Their number 303-781-8540, 303-781-8540. Dr. Joel Stone is with us, Kurt Rogers. We're going to take a short break. If you've got any questions, we'll open up the phone lines, 303-477-5600. We're also on our Facebook Live on Haystack Help Radio page, so give us a like on there as well. We'll be right back.
Scott Watley, host of Haystack Help Radio, and Dr. Shane Stedman of Integrated Health Systems invite you to an introductory seminar Thursday, January 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Englewood Library. This is your first step toward radically improving your eating habits and therefore radically improving your health. Dr. Stedman and his staff at Integrated Health Systems will guide you through a 6-week program, including weekly check-in calls, recipes and meal plans, natural supplements, a private in-office appointment with a metabolic coordinator. And when you call before Friday, December 29th and mention Haystack Help Radio, you'll receive 20% off the entire 6-week program. Call Integrated Health Systems at 303-781-5617. That's 303-781-5617 and become healthier by eating healthier. Sign up for the introductory seminar with Dr. Stedman today.
Now is a great time to get your furnace inspected. Littleton Heating and Air Conditioning is proud of their 45 years of HVAC service to Littleton, Highlands Ranch, and Denver metro area. Littleton Heating and Air Conditioning is your Lennox and Carrier expert heating and air conditioning contractor. They are proud to offer the finest heating, air conditioning, and indoor air quality products with prompt and professional customer service and satisfaction. Call today and mention Haystack Help Radio and save $25 off any repairs or $100 off your furnace installation. Call 303-798-3880. That's 303-798-3880 for your appointment today. Littleton Heating and Air, A-plus members of the Better Business Bureau and official Haystack Help registered company.
Are you buying your first home? Or are you right-sizing or downsizing for lower maintenance or a lock-and-leave lifestyle? This is Pamela Meyer of Denver Home Navigators with Keller Williams. I can help you discover and reach those goals. This is more than just real estate. It's about your life and your dreams. Call me today for your free consultation at 303-506-0106. At Denver Home Navigators, we help map your course. It's all about you. Call me now at 303-506-0106 or visit my website at denverhomenavigators.com. I'm Pamela Meyer, the exclusive agent for Haystack Help Radio, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
This is Scott Watley for my friends at Rampart Firearms in Sedalia. This is a great store, family owned and operated. They buy, sell, trade, and consign firearms. You will find a great selection of new and pre-owned handguns, shotguns, and rifles. If you can't find the gun you want, Rampart Firearms will special order your gun at no extra cost. Found a gun on the internet? Rampart Firearms will do one firearm transfer and the background check for only $10 if you mention Sportsman of Colorado. Rampart Firearms, 720-468-0050. That's 720-468-0050. Located at Highway 67 in Santa Fe in Sedalia. Rampart Firearms open 7 days a week. 720-468-0050.
Don't fall for gimmick ads when choosing your insurance coverage. Group Insurance Analyst has been Colorado's insurance superstore since 1984, where customers can compare and shop for all of their insurance needs. At GIA Insurance, their brokers have no allegiance to any particular health, auto, or home insurance company. Take advantage of their experience, expertise, and exceptional client service. For your free quote, call today at 303-423-0162. That's 303-423-0162. Visit their website, e-gia.com, Or stop by their office at 44th and Garrison Street in Wheat Ridge. Group Insurance Analyst is an official Haystack Help registered company.
Got a question for the station? Email info@crawfordbroadcasting.com. Now back to Haystack Help Radio.
And we are back. You're listening to Haystack Help Radio, a special edition of Your Money Matters, brought to you by our good friends at Affordable Interest Mortgage. Once again, if you got any mortgage needs, Kurt and his team will help you out, 720-895-0500. But today our special guest is Dr. Joel Stone from the All Cat Clinic. Once again, go to allcatclinic.com. Also, got that bad breath going on with your pet. Check out that website, getbetterbreath.com. And we were just kind of talking during the break. This is something that can really help out, and I think we all do that because you walk up and all of a sudden the dog, and you're like,
whoa,
what did you just – this smells like the wrong end here. Wow, what is wrong with you? And so –
well, Dan
Dan
texted you and asked.
Yeah, Dan texted me. Hey, Dan, go ahead, bud. Order you some. And everybody in here voted for that.
Because John was talking about your breath, Dan.
Yes. So Dr. Joel Stone is with us, and we talked a little bit about this as far as the dental disease and everything, but just touch on that again a little bit. Maybe some didn't join us a little bit. Just the importance of, looking at that a little bit.
So just to explain it in a little more detail, when initially your teeth form plaque, and plaque is this sort of dental film, so to speak. And then in about 48 hours or so, it turns into tartar. And 80% of plaque and tartar is bacteria. Now, in a animal's mouth, there's about 25,000 different species of bacteria. And some of those bacteria cause odor, like you guys have experienced. Some cause actually decay of gum tissue. And so once that tartar sits next to the gums start getting inflamed. They start getting red and inflamed. And eventually, between the gum and the tooth, a space develops. So when you go into your dentist, they have this little probe that they probe right below your gum line and
chisel.
Yes, that's the painful part. Yes, it's the bacteria sneak in underneath that gum line and then start working on those ligaments that hold the teeth in place. And so that's how they end up losing teeth. It's a slow developing process, all driven by bacteria in general. There are some dental diseases are not that, but in general, bacteria is the element that needs to be eliminated. So that's the product that I have kills those bacteria.
Okay, one of the questions I had is what there are, and every now and then I'll see something on MSN. What should a cat, mainly what you deal with, or dogs, not eat? What are things that are really dangerous for them that people just kind of say, here, go ahead, and it's fine?
Yep.
My dad always told me, don't feed a dog potatoes. Whether they're French fries, whether they were it didn't matter, because a dog will eat anything in most cases.
Yes, dogs are much more omnivores, and they're naturally that way. Cats are more carnivorous. They're more obligate carnivores.
Male, female.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, the as far as let me just start with cats. I mean, one of the things, lilies are deadly to cats. The lily plants, plant lily, any lily. It doesn't have to be any special lily, just a lily. And every part of the plant is dangerous for a cat to eat. So
buy a lily and put it in your house.
Yeah, no.
I need to order some lilies.
It's got to get.
Don't let your wife hear that.
Yeah, it's got to hurt the kidneys. That's the big thing. The other interesting things that a lot of people don't know is like grapes. Grapes are not good for dogs or cats. You don't want to feed grapes or raisons to your dog or a cat.
I've heard that.
That's not good. Everybody knows about chocolate. The chocolate is not good for your animal. They have to eat a fair amount of it to actually get sick. Though I always say that there are some very small dogs. So when I say a lot, for a small dog, it's not a ton. Yeah. If a small Chihuahua ate a Hershey's bar, I would be concerned. Yeah. I definitely would. But if a lab did, I would say don't worry about it. Sure. So chocolate is definitely a bad one.
Should we stay away? And I mean, this is so hard because they walk up, they look at you with those eyes, and everybody wants to feed them something. But in the best world, it's best just not to give them human-type food. Right?
That is definitely true. Absolutely true, and I am guilty of not doing that myself. Yeah. But it is definitely true, and I can tell you why. I mean, pancreatitis is painful. If you feed a dog a fatty food, or if your dog accidentally or purposefully eats a stick of butter, he has a good chance of developing pancreatitis, which is painful. That could lead to diabetes. So, you want to avoid those sorts of things. And, with cats, cats aren't quite as bad, though there are some people that feed cats a lot of human food. And cats don't handle carbohydrates quite as well as dogs do. So it's best not to. Yes, right. That's definitely true.
I heard peanut butter was not something you want to give a dog.
Yeah, and it's interesting because
that's what they gave Mr. Ed.
It'll give him diarrhea. I mean, that's
really?
Peanut butter will give a dog diarrhea.
If it's not housebroke, you don't want to give a dog peanut butter.
That is definitely true. Yes.
Now, what about treats? You go into all these stores. There's stuff that comes from all over the world. Yeah. Should we be very careful about, giving certain type treats where we don't really know the ingredients or what country they came from?
That is true. I mean, it wasn't too long ago, actually, where not only treats, but actually cat and dog food was contaminated with rat poison from China.
Yep.
Definitely, I think you need to pay attention to what the treats are that you're feeding your animal. Again, I'm guilty of that as well, though. I have to be honest with you. I do give my dog some treats, but I don't do it to excess. Sometimes that becomes a problem, too.
Yeah, you'll see people that will constantly give a dog treats instead of a meal. The dog will not eat the food because they know they're going to get the treats like a kid.
It's kind of like us eating dessert first.
That's right.
Absolutely.
If you give me enough desserts, I'm not going to go eat that.
Absolutely. And animals are as habit-driven as we are. And it's hard to break those habits. And it's painful when you have to.
Well, you see these shows where they they say they're going to go in and train their dog, and 99% of the time they're training the owner to redo things with the dog because the dog will do whatever you teach it.
Sure.
That's definitely true.
Now, we got hopefully some snow coming at some point.
Yes.
What are some tips? Sometimes, I see people out walking, they got their dogs, and, I assume their pads get pretty cold pretty quick, too. And so, we're bundled up. We've got the big, thick soles on. Should we be careful how long we let our pets out on exposure walking on snow?
Yes. The answer to that is yes. And I have my own dog, and I just know from my own experience with my own dog, who is a shepherd, that if it gets below 0 and I'm walking my dog on the snow, it hurts.
Right.
I just see that. I see it, and so I just avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
There are some dogs that can't even stand it at that temperature level, and then there's some that you get the.
We hunt with some dogs,
right?
And
absolutely,
they're out pheasant hunting or getting geese. Swimming in that cold water, and they'll go 100 yards out there to get a goose and bring it back. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
they love it.
They love it. My dog has jumped into freezing water and swam, and I'm like, how does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lot of common sense, and when a dog's feet hurt, it usually shows it. Usually stops and holds it up, and so if you see that, you've got to do something different. Now the little booties, I actually tried that on my dog. My dog actually thought they were like cement and wouldn't move.
No, aren't they hilarious?
We did dog just fall over when they put them on.
But they'll hold up a paw like you say, like you don't want them to put it back down, and they walk funny with them those first few times. It is very funny.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. Dr. Joel Stone is our guest. Once again, he's from the All Cat Clinic. Check out their website, allcatclinic.com. Their number, 303-781-8540, 303-781-8540. You're listening to Haystack Help Radio. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for great deals on outdoor equipment and clothing, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Bill Paddock, owner of the Outdoorsman's Attic, your outdoor gear consignment headquarters. You'll save 20, 30, 40, even 50% on previously owned outdoor gear for the fisherman, hunter, and camper. We also sell live bait, firearms, and ammo. If you're doing a little spring cleaning, bring in your gear to the Outdoorsman's Attic. We'll sell it for you and put cash in your pocket. You can also pick up your hunting and fishing licenses right here at the store. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor gear needs is the Outdoorsman's Attic, located at 2650 West Hampton Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. 303-781-3626. That's 303-781-3626. Or visit us online at outdoorsmansattic.com. Mention Sportsman's of Colorado and receive 20% off all your outdoor clothing.
Sirens blaring, red and blue lights flashing. Getting accused of a DUI is a serious matter. Don't panic. You have Kevin Flesh of Flesh Law on your side.
License and registration, please.
Ho, ho, ho. Here you go, officer.
Whether you did it or not, the moment those lights turn on behind you, you're in for a life-changing experience. Keep your hands where the officers can see them. You don't want to put them on edge. And never get out of your car unless asked.
Could you step out of your vehicle, please?
Why, sure. Ho, ho, ho.
Never argue. Always listen to the officers. Be polite, but don't volunteer any information.
What's this about, officer?
Remember, you have the right to remain silent. One wrong move and your life may never be the same.
Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. When you've been charged with a crime, no matter who you are, call KLZ's expert defense attorney, Kevin Flesh, at 303-806-8886. That's Kevin Flesh of Flesh Law at 303-806-8886. The trial-tested representation you need in your corner.
Hi, this is Scott Watley. Let me tell you what I love about Stack Optical. They are truly one of the last optician-owned, family-owned optical stores. At Stack Optical, you can be confident you'll receive personal attention. For over 50 years, Alan Stack has shown he really cares about making his customers happy. Stack Optical also has a beautiful new location at 2233 South Monaco Parkway in Denver. Free and easy up-close parking. Stack Optical has an on-site eyeglass production lab. Whether you need office eyewear or a new set of shooting or golf glasses, Stack Optical has the solution with the Stack Sport Pack. Give them a call today and ask for their $69 eye exam. 303-321-1578. That's 303-321-1578. Your eyes and vision are one of the most important things in life. I'm confident at Stack Optical you'll see the difference. That's 303-321-1578, stackoptical.com.
Scott Watley, host of Haystack Help Radio, and Dr. Shane Stedman of Integrated Health Systems invite you to an introductory seminar Thursday, January 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Englewood Library. This is your first step toward radically improving your eating habits and therefore radically improving your health. Dr. Stedman and his staff at Integrated Health Systems will guide you through a 6-week program, including weekly check-in calls, recipes and meal plans, natural supplements, a private in-office appointment with a metabolic coordinator. And when you call before Friday, December 29th and mention Haystack Help Radio, you'll receive 20% off the entire 6-week program. Call Integrated Health Systems at 303-781-5617. That's 303-781-5617 and become healthier by eating healthier. Sign up for the introductory seminar with Dr. Stedman today.
Lynn Lyle Chevrolet is having its year-end clearance sale on all new 2017 Chevrolets. Other Chevy dealers are offering 20% off. We're going to top that. We're offering 30% off on new Chevrolets. Lynn Lyle Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at lynnlylechevy.com.
Rush to Reason with John Rush. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ 560.
Welcome back to Haystack Help Radio. A few more minutes with Dr. Joel Stone from the All Cat Clinic. We were kind of talking during the break, you know. And again, I'm a dog person. I fully admit that. But we were talking a little bit difference between the cats and dogs. And Kurt says, hey, look at a dog, tell what he's thinking. A cat, not so much. Goes back to our first segment. Kind of like the male-female relationship. You never know what they're thinking.
What did I do now?
Yes.
What do I got to fix?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Again, Dr. Joel Stone, man, it's been great to have you here. We'll have to do this again. A lot of great information. Let's talk about, probably the hardest thing, and we were just talking about it is tough sometimes when it comes time to maybe talk about, boy, you know what, it's the quality of life for your pet, and we all want to spend every last dollar we have to keep them alive. But just kind of talk about maybe those last few months or years, whatever, and what you kind of recommend of, hey, this is when you need to start thinking about it. You know?
Yeah, and it's always a difficult time, not only for the owner but for the animal and for the veterinarian. the least favorite part of my job. I think the quality of life becomes the key feature. And of course, as a veterinarian, I'm always the advocate for the animal. However, you can't help but take into consideration the effort and the love and the pain associated with the owner. In animals, the quality of life certainly is fairly simple. I mean, if they can eat, if they can move, if they can identify their owners, if they seem to enjoy still being around their owners, those are main issues associated with quality of life for an animal. And, but unfortunately, it's never ever a black line. It's always a gray line. It's always, an animal may have kidney disease and just, is struggling to keep enough weight on to live. There could be other problems. And so, a good conversation with your veterinarian is a good idea. One of the things I try, though, as a veterinarian is to never be the one to make the decision. I always try to give as many facts and to the owner, but not be the one saying you should euthanize your animal.
Right.
I try to have the owner do that.
Well, I mean, even with me, with medical doctor, if I'm dealing with, different things with my sister, we went through this last year that passed away. I mean, I went to the doctor, looked him right now and said, if that was your wife, your daughter, what would you do?
Right.
And that's the kind of trust you want with your vet, your doctor, that you're going to be honest with me and tell me the truth of what you would do if it was yours.
Yeah, and people often ask me that, and I do give them my honest answer.
Sure.
I mean, I do. But it's
still hard.
That's their animal, and they got to make that decision.
You and I have talked about this in the past, about sometimes that decision becomes a financial decision.
Yes.
And that, while you may want to save that animal, it might not be financially feasible.
Yes.
And that's a hard one for people to walk through.
It is.
At any age.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very stressful, and it's stressful, again, for everybody. And we try to take into account, what are the chances we can turn this animal around? Because, certainly, I used to call them Jesus cases. I mean, if there is an animal that I really have a good idea I could turn around, and this person just doesn't happen to have the money right now, I do things for free occasionally, but on the other hand, if it just the prognosis isn't good at all for
if I fix this, it's just prolonging what's coming shortly.
Yes, and those are tough ones. I mean, those are very tough ones.
They're hard to make.
They are hard to make.
Now let's talk about those people that are getting older in the years.
Yeah.
And the other spouse is gone, and we have a particular case that we just went through together. Is a friend of ours, his mother has a cat that was getting sick. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely one of those guys that want to make the extra effort for that kind of person, and I have an elderly mother as well, so I kind of doing it partly in that way. But in many cases, cats have kidney disease as they get older. A lot of times it can be treated and their quality of life can be improved, and they eat and they don't completely lose weight. In this case, that was what we could do. There was things that I could do that were pretty simple, not real expensive, that got the cat back eating, and I suspect for the next year or so will do well. And I tell you, I see it all the time where you never know who's going to die first, the cat or the owner. So it's always a little tricky, but I try to make it the treatments as simple as possible for the owner in those situations, because most of the time those animals are those people's lives in a lot of ways.
Sure.
So, yeah.
That's great. Let me ask you this real quick before we got just a couple minutes left, and got to give Kurt a second here for his disclosures with his mortgage side of things. But again, going back to the feeding animals and giving them treats, are we overfeeding a lot of time our pets? I mean, do you see a lot of obesity cases where we're really hurting? Because I was telling you about my golden retriever, but man, she always comes up, looks at those big brown eyes and stuff, but now her hips are kind of going out a little bit, so they're saying, hey, get 5, 6, 7 pounds off that dog. That'll mean a world of difference. So,
yes.
Do you see a lot of obese pets?
Yes, I do. I see a lot of obese cats, and a cat only needs 250 calories a day to live. So it's a very low amount of food. It's no more than a quarter of a cup per day, twice daily. A quarter cup twice daily, which is most people don't realize that a cat can survive on that, but it's true. So in a dog, it's a little bit different, of course, depends on the size of the dog. But yeah, obesity is an issue, and osteoarthritis and degenerative joint disease in dogs is a huge issue due to obesity. I try to, when I'm talking to owners about these issues, I always kind of look at myself and say, you know what? I mean, I have a problem with ice cream and I need to stop. And, if I can go on a diet, my dog can too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When I was much younger, I had a husky.
Yeah.
So I had a big metal bowl for the husky. I'd fill it twice a day.
Yeah.
Well, the husky would eat it. Huskies don't require a lot of food. All of a sudden, the vet looks at me and says, you got to quit feeding this dog.
Yeah.
You're going to kill him.
Yes, you will.
He said, just take a cup of food in the morning and a cup of food at night.
Yes.
I thought the dog would starve to death. It was better for the dog.
Yes, absolutely.
We keep looking at it like us. As long as they're eating, it's good for them.
Yes.
That's not.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, that's true.
Well, Dr. Stone, this has been great. Hopefully we can do this again. Appreciate you being with us. And Mr. Rogers, your disclosure, sir.
Affordable Interest Mortgage, 7400 East Arapahoe Road, Centennial, Colorado, Suite 109. NMLS 298191, regulated by the Division of Real Estate, and we are an equal credit lender. Our website is aimortgage.net, 720-895-0500.
Again, our last show with you guys are Kurt before Christmas. So again, Merry Christmas.
Merry
to you
Christmas,
and your family and everyone. And thank you for joining us today. Be sure and check out our website, haystackhelp.com. There you'll find a lot of great companies to do business with, and our helpline is always there for you, 303-333-HELP, 303-333-4357. Hope everyone has a great afternoon, and leave it right here on KLZ 560.
The views and opinions expressed on KLZ 560 are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Crawford Broadcasting, the station, management, employees, associates, or advertisers. KLZ 560 is a Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.